here we are. Is Sonia the traitor? If not Sonia, then who?
Is Hajime a robot? If not, then who is?
Oh, for God's sake! Has Monokuma really entrusted Nagito with the motive this time? Sort of-ish?
Kind of. If not, who has?
Well, Nagito, of course. Nagito entrusted Nagito with this, you see. So that wasn't really a question this time.
Touche.
We also think that it's really weird how Sonia and Chiaki just suddenly didn't seem so concerned about the bombs.
Right? Chiaki was just kind of like, what? What bomb? What's going on?
Oh, I guess bombs are bad. And then Sonia wasn't even in the island she was supposed to be searching. And instead,
she's over at the military base.
Finding more important documentation. Huh. Isn't that weird?
That's pretty strange, yeah.
I mean, I'm still not sure she's the traitor, but she sure is A, good at providing interesting and unique documentation, and B, good at denying the existence of a traitor.
I feel like we're forgetting about something.
Well, what are you talking about? It's not like we have a time limit on anything that's going on right now.
I don't know. It's just a sneaking suspicion.
Billy, don't be ridiculous. Now that we've been scolded for taking too much time, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm blown up squared.
And I'm the blown upinator. Yasuhiro, was that you? Right! Truck! Bombs! Now, since we ended in the middle of a scene, in the middle of a thought, just to recap, Chiaki said, knowing Nagito, there's definitely some kind of theme to this, I think.
The man does like his theming.
And so it is that we ponder, what is this theme?
Well, and I realize this is going to sound ridiculous, but what if the theme is hope?
What does that have to do with bombs?
I hope they don't blow up.
Damn it.
A theme. That bastard probably would do something messed up like that. I'm with Billy on this. Team Billy. It's gotta have something to do with hope.
I bet you're right.
I feel like there's something that wasn't here the first time I came here. What have I been distracted by lately? I kind of feel different, huh? I think.
Don't do that.
Hey.
Something that was here that isn't here before. I just have no idea what it could be. What do you think?
Maybe.
Whoever set us up the bombs will get caught in the explosion if they didn't have a way to disarm them.
Right.
If you think about it like that, then it's obvious there'd be a way to disarm them. Right?
That does actually make sense. It's just the problem is Nagito is willing
To die.
for this, so... A theme, huh? What's that? Can you eat it? Man, I don't even know what a theme looks like.
Well, I mean, themes are more heard than if we're talking about, musical theme or something like that.
Oh, well, alternately, we could talk about the old Byzantium theme. See, the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, they called themselves Rome.
Uh-huh.
We call them the Byzantine Empire.
Uh-huh.
They didn't call themselves that, but we do. Try and figure that out.
Whatever.
A theme in the Byzantine sense was actually a unit of military administration stretched out throughout the empire. There would be this geographical section, and that was called a theme. And so the strategos, like we used, like there's that game Stratego, and then like the word strategy. The strategos was actually like the military commander in charge of almost all affairs in a theme. And I feel like the bombs are about to explode. How am I supposed to I don't know.
Well, I sure don't.
How am I supposed to find something if I don't know what it is? Hey, Hajime, what was that guy saying about Byzantoon?
It should be fine if you just look around for anything suspicious.
So I'm supposed to look for soldiers and beat them up or something?
Yes.
Okay, leave it to me!
You do that. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume that the theme has something to do with the truck.
I bet that advancement is going to happen when we look at the truck with the bombs that are about to go off. Boy, it's like all the tension seems to have left from the last time we played. Almost as if a week has passed.
No. So this truck is just one big bomb. Well, really it's a bunch of smaller bombs, but now's not the time to get into that.
There's no way that's blowing up the island, but whatever. It doesn't have to.
Nagito's theme that has something to do with disarming the bombs might be around here. I need to try and find that first. Well, there's only one other thing here that I can click on. All the machines are stopped. More importantly, what's that thing over there? Was that there when I first came here?
I told you, but you just made fun of me. I
Oh.
told you, but you all laughed at me and thought I was weird.
There's a laptop on top of the stopped conveyor belt.
I'm not talking to you guys anymore.
I'm sorry, Chiaki. This wasn't here the last time I came here, right?
How suspicious.
It looks suspicious. It might be good if we examine it thoroughly.
I know, if only someone was here to point that out to us. Yeah, you're right.
So, what's this going to be? Are we gonna have to, like, beat 10 rounds of Minesweeper or something?
I'm actually pretty good at Minesweeper. As soon as I touched the laptop, some kind of program began running all of a sudden.
Really, what the heck? This is remarkably elaborate. It's way different than just, here is the bomb.
Seems to have a good Wi-Fi signal, because it sure as heck isn't hooked up to anything.
Speaking of, oh yeah, good point. When Nagito was at the hotel before and set off the bombs, or the restaurant or whatever it was.
Yeah.
How'd he set off the bombs? He didn't like pull out a cartoon detonator and hit the switch. It just blew up.
He may have just set a timer?
He knew how long he was going to be talking and happened.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, it's psychic powers.
Good, that's the last thing we need.
It's not that.
And almost immediately, a video started
It's just
playing.
way more elaborate than I was expecting.
Hello there.
And is this...
I feel like we've drifted into a different game.
Isn't this kind of like Makoto's alter ego? Because you could really say that about Nagito.
Oh, I guess you're right.
This is either a message or, it's like that. You can't have a character appear on a laptop in Danganronpa without making you think of alter ego. So, why hello everyone. Great work. You notice my really evil eyes? It's because I'm your friend.
If this is a digital world. I mean, all Monokuma did was kind of destroy the laptop. Did that necessarily mean that Alter Ego was killed? Especially if Alter Ego had access to the network?
Wow, this is some next level discussion when we're discussing the previous game in the series that we just played. That's my answer. So, you really found the bombs, huh? Believing in you was completely worth it. Not only can you tell how sincere I am by the look on my face, but also, you could totally find the bombs if you just went everywhere. By the way, I did like the idea of the bombs being someplace everybody went, not just the survivors. I liked that idea, but that clearly wasn't the case.
Nagito!
Perhaps.
It looks like a video message from Nagito.
Thanks for pointing that out, Chiaki.
Well, it might have been an AI or
Piss
something.
me off.
Quit making fun of me. A video message? If he's got something to say, he can say it to our faces.
Because that worked so well last time, Akane.
Well, he probably
if you'll
doesn't.
recall.
He probably also doesn't want to be right there when the bombs explode because that's pushing his luck.
Hey, bastard.
Just hold on. For now, let's just watch this through to the end because it's like still going. It's not like anybody paused it, right?
I assume by now you've all been talking amongst yourselves.
Are you done?
My luck is OP.
I predicted that you would have talked for that long, which is really convenient to the meat of my message. Now then, now that you guys have found the bombs, all you need to do is stop it. To tell you the truth, it's actually not that hard to do. You see, there's a card reader on top of the metal box. As long as you scan an e-handbook, it'll disarm the bombs.
Oh, good.
Leave it to me.
All right, if that's the case, then just leave it to me. However,
Before Akane makes a mistake.
Well,
it won't work with just any student handbook. No, it's just like we said at the end of the last episode.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the trader's student handbook.
Which means the only way he could have programmed it to work that way is either he got help from Monokuma or he knows who the traitor is.
It's probably the former, because he keeps saying he doesn't know who the traitor is.
It could be that he knows the traitor and he's just trying to get them to out themselves.
But then why has he been constantly saying to everybody in every side that he doesn't know who it is? And
because he's insane?
I think that's why you're saying don't believe what he's saying and what he said to Monokuma. He didn't just manufacture a card reader. He had to have gotten it. Are you done yet?
Oh, he even predicted us.
To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity.
What?
But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward. So if things stay this way, it'll look like I lost, right? That's why I was thinking I should have another battle. So this is gonna be your last chance, traitor. What are you gonna do? Everyone's life depends on you. Whether or not you save them is up to you.
That's right. We'll call upon the sense of mercy and compassion the traitor to us in this killing game has.
Well, if you're talking about Sonya, then doesn't that seem to actually indicate that she certainly does have that? Okay, it's
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Really,
that
if everyone here, look at the traitor in the last game, who was
That's a really good point.
Who was so dishonest and evil and terrible that she sacrificed her life to stop the killing game. Now then, I wonder how this is gonna end. Will the traitor's identity finally be revealed? Also, this means that he was just able to figure out who the traitor was as soon as he just started paying attention to everyone. So does that imply that he wasn't before? I mean,
it's hard to follow his thought processes. And with that, the video ended. So it sounds to me like we should shuffle up our e-handbooks into a pile and just try them one after the other so the traitor can maintain their identity and we'll disarm the bombs. That way, we're not outing anyone.
If you put the wrong one in, though, what's going to happen? That would work.
Well, he didn't say using the wrong one would cause it to explode.
That's true, but...
The traitor's student handbook?
When it comes to this point, I'm also more with Nagito, just in that we ought to know who it is.
Oh, I agree with you.
Don't tell me.
So that's it. This was also a trap to weed out the traitor.
Hey.
Is there seriously a traitor?
If he found it out by observing, then there must be.
If there is, they should have come forward already. I mean, their life is in danger too, you know. That's true, but...
Yo!
Stop whining and complaining. Why don't we just do what Billy said and do it one at a time?
You...
Don't be stupid. What if someone besides the traitor uses their handbook like Damon said?
Hey.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this.
And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. And without hesitating, swiped the card reader.
Well, it's not Chiaki. Looks like it was wrong. Unfortunately, we didn't all explode.
See?
Who's next?
Hey!
What are you doing? If you make a mistake, the bombs might blow up. But if we don't do anything, the bombs will definitely blow up.
You think so?
But they didn't. And he never said they would. It's just really kind of like paranoia to assume that they would when he didn't tell us that.
Paranoia is my specialty.
Well, I'm the one who was paranoid.
That's just a fluke. Don't act so careless in a situation like this.
How can it be a fluke? Are you saying that it wouldn't explode if I put mine in even though I'm not the traitor, but somebody else who's not the traitor would make it explode? That's not a fluke. It doesn't even make sense.
Anyway.
Well, I guess Chiaki's not the traitor. I don't think the traitor would have swiped their handbook right away like she did unless they were trying to come forward.
But it didn't go off, so it wasn't her.
So what are we gonna do? Who wants to try next?
Hey!
Like I said, don't act so careless. Swiping the wrong card might be safe.
Huh?
But only once, you know? I don't know why I'm really pushing this matter like this.
Well, paranoia, it's not like it doesn't make sense. Obviously, the first thing I thought of was that if we put the wrong one in, that it'll explode. But if it didn't do that, then It's not gonna.
I think if it was, Nagito would have said something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, what happened?
Well...
Nothing. I might just be overthinking it, but the engine somehow sounds... Just then, Kazuichi's face turned pale and he rushed over to the truck. And then, as he tilted his head towards the engine, he suddenly shouted, "It's out of gas!"
Uh-oh!
Say-
What'd you say?
Everyone just needs to rush up there!
Oh, what's gonna happen if there's no gas? Is there some problem with that?
I already told you! It's gonna blow!
But it hasn't.
But isn't it too soon? I mean, there's still time until noon!
Are you kidding me?
Did Nagito miscalculate?
You serious?
Miscalculate? What's that? Can you eat it?
If you're gonna set this up, at least get your calculations right, damn it!
At least Monokuma knows how to keep a schedule if this is pointless. It's like when I said that Akane shouldn't drive because she didn't have a driver's license.
Are you serious?
Hey, can't we do anything about it? Like run up and put our cards in?
Yeah!
Is there something we can do?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one thing we can do!
Huh?
What is it? What do we have to do?
Damn it.
Pray!
Put your freaking e-handbooks in! What? Are you fucking serious? Then we should run!
With those words, we started sprinting away, and that's when it happened.
It is all right. It is not a bomb.
Oh, it really wasn't a bomb, huh? I mean, I could have sworn that I'd said something like that offhand. I didn't really believe it, but...
Huh?
Because it's just a bunch of pipes. Even if that's a bunch of pipe bombs, it'll only kill everybody here.
Maybe that's what she was doing at the military base, looking at the actual bombs. All of a sudden, the inside of the factory began overflowing with dazzling light.
Maybe this isn't what Nagito set up.
Huh?
They're fireworks.
Well, yeah, I see that, but like...
But if this wasn't what he set up, then why the laptop and all that?
Well, I'm saying that could have been Monokuma that set it up. If Nagito was really like... Well, if nobody came forward and everybody just held out like what happened... where the traitor didn't come forward, then it would look like he lost. And this was their one last battle?
I see.
It's like, why would you make a big show of saying that and then give it up at the end? And he does have bombs.
Because, well, we know he at least used one to blow open the door to Nezumi Castle.
And that he blew up the one in the lobby. So it's like, is this Monokuma? It's not noon yet, remember? Is this Monokuma screwing around?
You're right.
What the hell is this? Looks like they're fireworks, but something about the transition to PC did not come out right.
Fireworks? While we stood there dumbfounded, the fireworks slowly decreased their intensity. And eventually...
Oh my.
This means... It wasn't a bomb?!
Huh?
What the heck? I don't even know what to think about anything! I mean, Nagito said... So, it is just as I thought.
As you thought?
Hey.
Hey everyone, look over there. The laptop, it looks like it's playing another video.
He calculated exactly how long it would take us to not swipe our cards. Is it Nagito again? We immediately rushed over to the laptop.
This is getting ridiculous. But, I mean, the psychological manipulation is good. It's really engaging.
It's really effective, too.
So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island?
No, not really.
Yeah! Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them.
You son of a biscuit.
Damn it! So it was all a bluff?
Then, what was that bomb he detonated at the hotel?
Nagito went to the octagon inside the funhouse, right?
Don't tell me.
Is that where you got that bomb?
There were certainly plenty of explosives there.
We certainly noticed them as well.
But it definitely wasn't strong enough to blow up an island. Nagito was lying about that.
You pissed me off.
Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how'd he time his message so perfectly?
No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator.
I see, so that's how they're doing it.
But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get.
There's some more going on here.
Hey.
Let's think about that after we've watched the whole thing.
You're right. It's very convenient he's putting these pauses in for us to discuss.
I do aim to be considerate after all. So,
Wait a minute. So how did it go? Did the traitor come forward? Wait a minute.
I think something was wrong.
If I had to guess, I'd say I'm not supposed to be reading these lines.
So, how did it go? Did the traitor come forward? If I had to guess, well, I'd say this is a pretty egregious typo, right? So then which is it? It'd make me very happy if you guys could tell me. I'll be at the warehouse next door waiting for your answer. From there, we'll compare our answers and I'll let you know who the traitor really is. See you later. This is weird.
The warehouse next door? I just can't think of a way he'd be able to tell by everyone's actions in response to looking for the bombs who the traitor would be.
But it's not like he's monitoring people.
Could this be another bluff, you think?
Okay, well, I mean, I think that card reader was a complete bluff. If he hasn't been told and he's doing it all himself, he's just being very manipulative, and this is really interesting.
The warehouse next door? Huh? That's where Nagito is?
I won't forgive you.
This time I'll make sure to beat the crap out of him!
That's right.
Then I'll deliver the final blow and smash his head in with a wrench.
Guys!
Jeez.
You bastards, what are you saying?
It's pretty bad when the...
You guys can just beat the shit out of him, because I'm the one who's gonna fucking kill him!
I was about to say this is coming from the ultimate Yakuza, but then he said that.
You guys, you've totally flipped your lids, as if provocation is what Nagito's real goal has been all along.
Now's not the time to be calm. We need to stop them.
That is an order.
You are right. Let us make haste.
I didn't expect the bomb to just be a bunch of fireworks. All the fireworks in the bed of the truck have been reduced to soot. But why did Nagito do something so messed up? Chiaki, I can't believe you actually swiped your card, though if you weren't the traitor, it would make perfect sense. I mean, it's great that they didn't blow up, but shouldn't you have been more cautious?
Well,
But isn't it better than letting them explode?
Well, that's true.
If they were going to explode, they did.
Yeah.
If that was going to be a bomb, we all would have died there.
Yeah, so she didn't really lose anything.
I mean, this is one of those things that you can't really know, but that's why she did that. It clearly was the right call, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, if she would have swiped it, if it would have exploded, then it would have exploded. But seeing as it exploded anyway,
It didn't. Yeah.
there was no cost.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah.
However, that's something you can only know for sure after the fact.
Look, it all worked out. But at least we know for sure that Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Unless
the traitor was never going to deactivate it and she somehow knew that.
Or even if she was like, this is stupid, I'll go forward. And if it did work, then
she just deal with the consequences.
Then the card reader was right and she stopped everybody from getting blown up and turns out she's the traitor. If it didn't work, then the card reader was a bluff the whole time. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like she could find out just how much of it, if she was the traitor, she could find out just how much was a bluff and how much wasn't by swiping her card. And if so, she was if she were the traitor, then she would also be like, this is stupid, bam, it's not worth everybody dying.
Right. So really, this doesn't cancel our suspicions at all.
Right.
If she was the traitor, she wouldn't have attempted that in the first place.
Unless she made a judgment that it was okay to reveal it because it's not worth everybody's life, or at least her own.
I think.
More importantly than going in circles about that, you should hurry and catch up with the others, I think.
I prefer to move side to side.
Don't start that again. Besides, there's no place for you to.
Yeah, you're right. If we leave them alone, they might actually kill Nagito. Joke's on you. I can crab walk in the warehouse. Huh? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. Hey, I totally know how you feel, but calm down.
Wait.
Shut up!
What? Do you hear something? Everyone's feet came to a grinding halt. Their red, angry faces instantly transformed into a look of caution. Akane, what is it?
Can you hear something? It's coming from the other side of this door. I actually really like how Akane's sense of hearing actually has ended up being extremely important in this game.
The other side of this door? As I listened carefully, I could make out a soft sound coming from inside the warehouse. Music?
Music? What's he planning? Is this another one of Nagito's traps? Sort of ominous, vaguely choral, as much as we can hear right now.
Sing the Empty Happiness is the name of this track.
I see.
Maybe, the moment we open the door, a real bomb is going to go kaboom.
Now then.
All right, let's open it and find out. Huh? Please do not, Akane. It is dangerous.
Yo.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. That makes a difference, right?
I don't think that's how it works. No, that's not the problem.
Leave it to me.
Seriously, it'll be fine.
With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse.
Huh?
Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
Hey!
I knew it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay?
You?
Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force.
What?
What happened to opening it slowly?
Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Oh yeah!
It's gonna blow up! Instinctively, we tensed our bodies and braced ourselves. But...
Huh?
What's this?
What happened?
Yo.
Look inside.
It sure is dark.
Some things do not work well when upscaled to 1080p on like a 50-inch television. One of those things would be their faces.
Looks like there aren't any lights on. Is Nagito really in here?
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside.
Seriously, what the heck is going on? This is like some sort of 3D chess triple head fake nonsense going on.
Triple head fake?
Well, for all you people with 3 heads out there, each one of them gets faked.
If you have 3 heads, please leave a comment. And a like, because we're respecting your cause. I don't know, man.
God dang it!
Anyway, back to totally not finding out that Nagito's been killed or something. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume.
Actually, it's very quiet.
Hey.
At full volume.
Do you guys hear something?
Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap?
I actually do like listening to stuff like this, and this is not really loud.
No, I'm not talking about the music.
Like we're going to walk in and Nagito's going to be like sitting in a high back chair and then he's just going to turn around like stroking a cat, like in a suit.
Oh, no. You wouldn't have a hymnal, like choral music playing if he's going to be turned around and be a James Bond villain. It's like he'll be next to an organ and he'll start talking about all sorts of existential stuff. And then you know, he'll like pull out a really long sword.
As if on cue, it suddenly started. Oh God! Huh?
But a fire...
It's on fire!
A fire's not gonna wipe everything out, though.
A fearsome blaze suddenly began dancing inside the dark warehouse, like fiery wings spreading before us.
If only
What's going on?
If only Gundam were here to comment on the poetic nature of Hajime's narration.
For now, we must extinguish these flames. Let us hurry and put them out.
What?
With what?
Well, why?
I suppose so it doesn't just catch the whole island on fire?
Look, I get that if you know, all the bombs catch on fire, assuming there are any shells or explosives at this base, but anyway.
Hey!
But how are we supposed to put this fire out?
I guess this happened in Chapter 5 of the first game.
Mukuro's corpse was set on fire after the explosion.
Right. I mean, I like how we thought the parallels were over and so stopped considering them, but they actually continued.
That's pretty good.
There should be fire extinguishing supplies inside the factory break room. Why do I know that? Huh. Perhaps we should use those. Got it. Let's head to the break room then.
This fire seems a bit big for an extinguisher to handle. After listening to Sonia, we ran into the factory. I mean, there should be a sprinkler system.
Well, we have no proof of that.
I know we're in a hurry, but...
Huh?
What's going on? First a bomb, now a fire!
This is bad.
if we don't hurry, the fire's gonna spread to the factory!
Damn it.
Now's not the time to bullshit around! Get going! Why are we all standing here then?
Well,
The break room is just beyond this door. There should be fire extinguishing supplies there. You know, we couldn't go into the break room before.
You're right.
Hey, I'm in a weird spot, huh? There's a lot of flammable stuff inside that warehouse, so we better put out that fire soon. I mean, I guess.
The break room is here, right?
Are we gonna find Nagito in here?
Where are the fire extinguishing supplies? This is an odd angle to be looking at.
What an interesting angle indeed. Is that a football helmet on the wall? Like, really, what is that poster? Doesn't it look like an American football helmet?
It does! I have no idea what the heck's going on with that there.
Okay, is Hajime standing on Akane's shoulders or something?
Fire grenades!
And it says fire extinguisher here, but
A huge supply of lined up plastic bottles. It looks like there's some kind of liquid inside
that's
of them.
not how this works.
everyone.
You found it! Those are fire grenades!
Sonia! That sounds like the opposite of what we need!
Oh, okay, okay.
Fire grenades?
They're basic fire extinguishing goods. When you throw them at a fire, the container breaks and the chemical inside puts out the fire.
It is strange, no?
Well, yeah, it is strange that, well, this is a military base, so it makes sense they'd have stuff like that. The last time I peeked inside this place, I recall seeing other fire extinguishing supplies too.
Hey!
It's like it is important that they are different now. Perhaps they were put here for a reason. I mean, are we going to throw one of these and this is going to be a gasoline bomb?
Ugh!
There should be plenty! Let's hurry up and go back to the warehouse!
We grabbed all the fire grenades and rushed back to the warehouse.
Make sure you don't get too close to the fire. It's dangerous.
Then
Take care not to inhale the smoke as well. We should throw the grenades from the door at the same time. Are you sure about that?
That kind of makes sense, but I guess it really depends on the nature of the fire.
I don't really know anything about firefighting or what type of fire this is.
Well, you always want to aim for the base of the fire.
Right, but isn't it weird to throw all of them all at once? Because if then... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Looks like the curtain in the back is burning up. I just have to aim for that, right?
I'm gonna do it!
All right, let's go!
Hurry-ah! We aimed for the curtain in the back and threw all the fire grenades one after the other. But
Hey, is it just me? Or does it feel like the fire's not going out at all?
Like it got more intense? Because the fire extinguisher was moved and a sign saying fire extinguisher here in front of a bunch of bottles?
nah. The curtain absorbed the impact of the thrown grenades, which fell on the floor and shattered. They were completely ineffective at extinguishing the burning curtain.
Does it not seem like the fire is intensifying?
Yeah, guys.
If the fire continues to rise, it will inflame the ceiling.
This is bad. We've already used up all the fire grenades.
I mean, I just wanted to say, I thought it was a bad idea to throw them all at the same time, okay?
Yeah, you're right!
And it was.
Okay, so they've all just participated in making the fire worse. Are we going to find out that Nagito was killed by this fire?
Oh, since they've all done it, are they all the blackened then?
But if Nagito wasn't the one that... I'm just curious how it could go where they wouldn't all be executed.
Well, what are we gonna do? All we can do now is pray for rain!
It's just that I don't understand what's going on, which is really cool. Like, there is some next level crap going on here, and I'm really, really, really interested.
like some super high tier manipulation going on.
Don't be stupid! There's no way it'll conveniently start raining if we pray for it.
That means the sprinklers are about to come on.
It's raining?
So this is the power of the Japanese Terra boson.
Well, I don't like to brag.
Not you! Get out of here!
That's not it. It looks like the sprinkler's activated.
Oh, the sprinklers. They must have detected the smoke and turned on.
Sure took them long enough. Water continued to vigorously pour out of the sprinklers.
So what was the point of all of this? I'm sure there was one, but what is it?
Well, in the first game, we found a corpse that had been burned, and were told who it was, and a murder was tried to be pinned on us.
Ah, so in other words, what you're saying is I should look at Nagito's chest size. And
I mean, you do you, man, but... And after a while, the fire in the warehouse was completely extinguished. We're going to find a corpse and assume it's Nagito's.
but there's no reason to assume that it is Nagito's. However, whose is it then? It won't be Byakuya's. If it were, we could tell right away. Unless it were original Byakuya who just showed up and was burned to death. Or maybe Makoto.
No, I think we'd be able to tell too, because Makoto is like 50% the size of Nagito.
Or, and nonetheless, still twice the size of Fuyuhiko. No.
That was mean.
What about Monomi's operator? What about the person that Monokuma is waiting for? These are some other options of who it could be. If there's somebody at all, but...
I want to check something real quick. Once a murder takes place, not one student killing another student, just a murder, I suspected that I wanted to make sure that there wasn't some sort of stipulation that said you had to kill a student to be blackened.
So that way, if we see the body, assume it, it doesn't have to be a student for a class trial to happen.
Yep. Looks like the fire is out.
That is a relief.
Damn it!
The hell happened to my warehouse? All my standing thingies, they're all gone! All sorts of craziness has happened! It's kind of cool, really. Ah! Man, my merch is drenched. I don't care about the fire so much, but it got splattered with water and now it's soaked. It's so wet.
You can't complain about this. You let Nagito get away with God knows what.
Hey, is it okay to look inside now?
I mean, we should really let it air out first, because it's still very smoky, but...
Just a minute.
Oh, time out. No, you can't. No way, not in here.
Why can't we go inside? I think we should now.
Hey,
Smoke and hazardous gas are still spread throughout the warehouse, so it's gotta ventilate for a while, at least long enough for your robot bear, to grab everything that's important and take it out of here.
Boo!
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess you're right. It'd be a problem if we breathed in too much lingering smoke, but... So, for the sake of your health, please wait for just a little while. I'll let you know when the coast is clear. While you're waiting, why don't you check out the Monokuma Theater I've freshly prepared?
What?
What the heck?
you're so stupid.
Hey there, BSG. Everything is a lie. A Monokuma doesn't exist. The Monokuma Theater doesn't exist, and that's why I just waved my hands and now you're watching it. Everything is fiction. There's no meaning whatsoever. There's no relationship whatsoever. Guys, like you're playing a video game. Everything was made. Monokuma can't be found anywhere. What are you doing here anyway? How are you watching this and what are you watching it on?
Stop being so meta, Bear!
Okay, so I actually think that rather than anything super important, all he was talking about was that Monokuma Theater. Alright, now that the Monokuma Theater is over, I'm sure it's finished ventilating by now.
Ventilating.
Is that like fentanyl? I have been talking about opioids lately. Bad Damon!
Phew.
Also, I'm finally starting to feel better. Just because my important merch was ruined doesn't mean I should be depressed about it forever. Whenever I feel depressed, I always ask myself this question.
But hold on.
Why are your eyes on the front?
Well, that's how predators work. You gotta be able to judge distance to get to our prey, and,
Why aren't your eyes on the back of your head? It's so that you can see the horizon that stretches out in front of you and take one step after another towards it. Or wait, that was maybe some really popular robot anime from 12 years ago.
I think you're projecting, David.
Got it.
So we can move forward! You think I was making a reference to nothing? Don't be sad about what's already happened, and be positive! By the way, being positive, Mae Muki looking forward.
Ah, I see!
We get it already, Gurren Lagann.
Jeez.
Enough with your bullshit and weird references.
The rest to you.
Okay, I'll leave the rest to you guys then. Oh, I turned on the light for you guys too. I wonder if I did anything else kind for you by preparing anything else. You might hurt yourself, it's dark.
Here.
No, go ahead. Go right ahead. Ahead! Forward!
Ah.
Perhaps.
Is Nagito inside?
That's certainly what we're led to believe, especially with the background of the laptop video. He said he was in his video message, but he probably escaped by now.
There was so much fire and smoke. And I thought I'd finally get to beat the crap out of him this time. After bringing up the parallels, there is no way that we're gonna find Nagito's body in there. A body, sure. There's no way, unless they're really messing with us.
It's hard to say at this point.
No! Oh no! I'm now trapped in this sort of circular structural analysis that's going to basically end with me, drinking some poison and falling over dead unceremoniously.
Don't do that.
Wait, that's the Princess Bride.
Hey.
Well, why don't we go inside and see how this so-called body is doing?
As you wish!
You...
Hajime, what happened?
Well, nothing happened, but... I don't know why. My heart is racing. It won't settle down. I'm scared. As if an intense malice is about to stab me. Stab me through my whole body. And I can't even budge. Feels like everything was too late. Why do I feel this anxious? Do I somehow already know what we're going to find?
Well...
Hajime, you go first. I, need to tie my shoes.
And this is gonna take some time, is it?
Oh, yeah, of course. Just wondering if maybe he had Velcro shoes or something. I hit the wrong button. He's such a small target.
Anyway.
Well, we should go inside for now. We need to find out what caused the fire.
Well?
Nagito said he'd be waiting for us in the warehouse.
By now, he's probably escaped.
And I mean, all that... I am waiting in the warehouse, and all of that was designed to cause massive fires everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But there's only one entrance to this warehouse, you know. Did you see him leaving?
No, I didn't.
Also, the way it worked in the trial was we were given a point where we could pursue the truth or let a lie go.
Yeah, because it was all constructed to trap Kyoko.
And so I'm wondering if it's going to end up being the same. Though to be fair, I still say that Kyoko could have dealt with that much better. For instance, if she didn't want us to suddenly start pushing that...
She should have been more open.
Yeah. Well, anyway, old bitterness aside.
But he might have escaped while we left to get the fire grenades. Through the fire and the flames. In fact, he might have been gone before the fire even happened.
I don't know. That might be true, but...
Chiaki, does she feel the same anxiety I'm feeling?
Damn it.
Nagito probably started it anyway.
You pissed me off.
Damn it, the next time I see him, I'll beat the crap out of him.
Unrelated question. Akane the Beast, do you smell anything cooking?
Oomph. Actually, that she
strange,
doesn't might be
no?
a good sign. I do not believe there was anything inside the warehouse that could start a fire. So why did the warehouse catch fire? It must have been intentional. Like, the way we opened the door is what starts the fire, whatever the trap was.
Yeah.
That started the fire.
Like a giant match, like duct taped to the door. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're doing all these visual gags that everyone can see with our face cam. Isn't that right? And you're still doing it! You're still doing it!
Anyway, let's go inside.
It's like Monokuma set this up or something. I mean, at least the merch or like woo symbolism. This reminds
like a trail
me
of dominoes.
I mean, maybe it could be dominoes. It also reminds me of like the section before the Orphan of Kos in the Bloodborne DLC, and there was like the hymnal playing and everyone, all the Monokumas are like bowed down except they've possibly died. That's highly amusing, and you see the red chunks.
A charred odor permeated throughout the warehouse, and the air was so heavy that it was hard to breathe.
And like this music, it's so pretentious, it's hilarious. This is like taking two ham fists, picking up two giant oak trees to use as clubs, and then beating on the drum labeled symbolism until the ground breaks open. And I find that highly amusing.
That was a metaphor. The moment I set foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me at once.
It smells.
Billy was right. Something smells...
Hey!
It's not me!
No, not like that,
I
Kazuichi.
am sorry.
Oh, I am terribly sorry.
You serious?
Huh? Miss Sonia, say it ain't so.
Guys! No, not that. It's like a type of cooked meat smell I've never smelled before.
Like...
Well, that's one good thing anyway.
Well, it makes sense that there's strange smells when a bunch of different things were burned.
CDs, VCA.
What is wrong with
I
you?
apologize, I was apparently having a stroke.
Yeah, burning plastic don't smell good. Hey everyone, did you know about that curtain?
I don't remember a curtain there last time. You mean the curtain that was on fire, right? What do you mean, no?
See?
I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's space on the other side of it too.
When I looked where Chiaki was pointing, there was still space beyond the burned, tattered curtain.
Oh my.
That smell was Miss Sonia? Seriously?
Dude.
I guess princesses, do that too. My mind is blown. What are you, a child?
For sure.
I see. So there was a space beyond the curtain. I had no idea. What a mess. Well, I don't feel that sorry about it since the only things that got burned were Monokuma merch, right? I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but even though I already said this, there's still space on the other side of it too, I think.
Could it be?
It might be better if we check it and those suspicious chunks out, right?
It smells.
I definitely smell something. What is the smell?
I walked towards the burned, tattered curtain with slow, methodical steps. I'd never experienced such an oppressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help holding my breath. And then, on the other side of the curtain, I saw the true source of the intense malice that I had been feeling.
Well, what do we get? Well, it sure looks like it's Nagito. And he has been savaged. Gungnir, if you will. Really, that's just a pipe, it looks like. But, like, there's all these...
There's the combat knife.
Yeah. Gungnir and the combat knife, and his legs are all, and his legs of one of his arms, but not both, are all slashed up.
That may be a reference to Genocide Jill, because in the original artwork, she had like marks. Anytime she killed someone, she put a mark on her thigh.
On her thigh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe,
well,
maybe.
I think not. This seems to me that it's like, hey guys, this is Mukuro.
Yeah.
The combat knife.
Gungnir.
Plus there's that thingy over there too, the weight.
The weight at the end of the spear, yeah.
Now the question is, I mean, again, is it Nagito or not?
I had no idea what I was looking at. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagito Komeida, the ultimate lucky student, time had already stopped.
Smile at hope in the name of despair. Was the smell then that Akane was smelling the smell of blood? That can't be right.
Well, she smelled that before.
Yeah. That's
She
exactly
smelled that every time.
That's exactly where I was going.
Maybe the accelerant used to start the fire had a weird smell? Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet.
And a Monokuma too, huh?
Eh?
What? What?
What's going on here? So, somebody extremely important was killed in this semi-ritualistic way. Another aspect that we had in the first game is that, of course, it was the burned body of Mukuro who had died a long time ago and was taken from the morgue, put there, and bombed to be burned. And of course, the killer was, like, the person had died a long time ago, and the killer was Monokuma.
Right. Because punish them for breaking the rules.
Right. But is it like that here as well? Just, it's something we need to keep in mind. Perhaps the killer is Monokuma. Perhaps he was killed for breaking the rules. Or it's something very odd. Maybe it is Nagito. I'm not going to have a problem with that, but I just don't want to accept that it is because of the parallels.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, I can move around if I had a spear stuck in me like that, right?
I mean, probably, but you're also made of muscle.
I mean, it's Nagito, you know?
That's right. It's Nagito. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. And that's why I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face.
He does look terrified.
But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time.
Look at his eyes. We have never been able to see the facial features of someone who has died before. Okay, that's not entirely true. We could with Hiyoko. All right. Actually, that's complete crap. But he still looks, compared to the others who always look, say, maybe sad. That's a mask of terror.
He was horrified. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that? Of course.
Well, we're all here, so...
Oh, the rope on his right hand was severed.
A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
What did you say?
The rope on his right hand was either burned off or severed somehow.
Don't tell me.
I thought you said the robot's right hand was severed, and you could see why I would be confused. The body discovery announcement? Then it's for real.
Hey!
Then Nagito is really dead?
Damn it!
It's not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed?
Well, you don't end up in this position unless it was done to you by somebody else.
Killed?
That's right.
Plus, it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right?
I think this is the point that's wrong.
Right, I agree with you.
Like, Sonia, who is the only person to have been running around in places she shouldn't have been in, is probably going to be looking suspicious here. Well, anyway, that's just my hunch.
Are you sure you don't want to accuse Akane?
She already tried.
Oh, that's why she gets a pass. One of us killed Nagito? One of us killed him so brutally?
Then it's gonna start again.
Huh?
The class trial is gonna start soon, right? Then.
Of course!
Yep, we gotta do it! We've gotta find out who Nagito's killer is! Was it me? Was it Monomi? Was it Mukuro Ikusaba? The 16th student? Hidden somewhere in the school? You've gotta watch out for her. By the way, Damon, there's no boob size for you to look at this time. No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? Ah, survival. You're so bad trying to do that. Shing! Then the time for action is now!
Let's go ahead and vote.
So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma file.
Hold it right there!
Damn it!
What? Don't get in my way like that! I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way after referencing another video game. It's not fair, really.
Shut up! I can't stand this anymore!
Got it?
How much longer are you going to keep putting them through this? No more! I won't let you! I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions!
Who cares, though?
Hey!
To say something!
But it doesn't matter if I say anything or not. You can't do anything and you can't stop me.
I know, but I'm just setting you up for one of those references where you beat me up.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's get on it. Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monomi.
You just now noticed?
Lie.
Anyway, Monomi, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first?
Huh?
What are your intentions, anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know, too, you know?
I mean, well,
What? No fair! You're shutting up too! You always come and criticize me and criticize my methods and say how bad I am. But at least I'm straightforward and honest about what I want. How did it go? Despair. That's all. What about you, you liar?
Please wait!
Enough already! We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin.
huh? You shouldn't suspect your okay.
This is just...
I mean, in the end, no matter what we think or feel about any of it, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it.
I know. That's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Motomi. It's pretty easy to be more well-behaved than Motomi, though, because, unlike all of you, Motomi is an evil, lying conspiracist who has brought you all here for something terrible and won't even own up about what it is. None of you have done any of that!
Don't fuck with me!
I think I'm projecting. But I'm right.
I mean, you know.
Don't fuck with me. We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is kind of depressing.
No, does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Actually,
Now don't worry, the end is near. There's only 6 chapters.
Huh? The end?
what's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right?
Huh?
The meeting behind that Monokuma timer that none of you really have a look at?
There's a Monokuma timer there!
Mikon was the only person who could see it? I guess there's only 2 days left, huh?
When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us?
Well, the killing school trip will be over.
Oh, it's not a bomb. If this'll finally be over.
You serious?
Does that mean we can go home?
I mean, you'll all be dead, but...
Now, hold on a second.
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you've got to do before that, right?
So,
Once again...
the Monokuma file! Phew.
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. Maybe then I'll tell you something about the Monokuma timer. You know, maybe I would have told you something about that Monokuma timer if any of you had asked!
If we had known that all we had to do was last out the timer, none of this would have happened.
You know, if it turns out that that's the case, I'm gonna get really angry. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all. But it's also true that we can't count our bears before they're hatched.
I never count my bears before they're hatched.
Me either.
Do your best. Wait!
Hold on, I have to run away before people can question me about my suspicious behavior.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there.
Well, she still has a rack full of spares, I guess.
What do you guys think? This is really weird, isn't it? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think that we can go home, right?
No, it might mean that, but I would be really concerned about the specifics.
But still,
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we just don't have time to even think about that right now. We need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
Yeah, if they don't survive that, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
All right!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home. I'll beat the crap out of it, damn it! It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito.
There's a killer among us, right?
Again, all of us were here, so there's no way we can do any funny body discovery announcement math.
The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous case, but was it really true this time? Guys? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito?
What does that mean?
Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that.
Okay, now I can buy that. There would have to be something really freaking crazy going on for this to end up this bad, you know?
I mean, it looked like he was tortured.
Yeah, at the very least, all the other ones were just matter of fact. But this one, it was like elaborate.
And whatever it was stuck inside me.
Oh, I see. We get this one again.
First, we need to look at the Monokuma file.
Hold on 1 second. Kill Command is the name of this song, is it?
Oh. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp.
What time is it? Oh, well, yeah, okay, sure.
That's when the bomb was supposed to go
that's
off.
why I shut up, because like, oh, right, it's about noon.
Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed.
Huh?
Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file?
Again? But what's wrong
Hold
with
on,
it?
go back. The victim is Nagito. That seems to say it straight up, so that doesn't appear to be a point of contention.
Right.
The body was discovered where it was discovered. The estimated time of death is when it was. But what we don't have is we don't know what the blow that killed him was.
Ah!
Those things all happened, but we don't have a cause of death.
Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That is what the investigation is for.
Stop being so Kyoko and tell me what you're thinking.
Oh, well, you know, that's supposed to... That's for the player. It's like we go through it, she's like, there's something weird, and then it goes through the difficult part again, as in it doesn't say...
What killed him.
Right,
Yeah.
It doesn't say what's absent.
Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be.
We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate, so we have no choice but to take it.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss.
Well, I guess you're right. Then, let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much.
What was all that? Just pageantry? I can't believe I said pageantry. Like, what a specific thing to say. When was the last time you used the word pageantry?
Never. I have never used the word pageantry. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either.
Who does? Truth be told, I'm really not that sad to see him go.
Me either? I mean, he was just a problem from the get-go.
Okay, that's enough. We ain't got time for nothing else.
We'll get back to the investigation next time.
Actually, we'll start the investigation next time.
Don't go splitting hairs on me.
How about I split a rabbit then?
What?
Danganronpa. Danganronpa.